thinking, I mean, it's some people like a plaque. I mean, in this day and age, honestly, I think people also, more than anything, like to be called upon as an expert in an area. So if someone makes a grant to underwrite all the air conditioners in the nursery school, it's the opportunity to then maybe build a coalition around capital funding in your synagogue and make that person an expert and call upon them to engage peers. And it's really making someone more than the check that they write.
It really varies from person to person, and the best thing you can do, and this might seem a bit obvious, is just to go and ask the person how they wish to be recognized, because there's some people who are very comfortable being recognized and want to be able to say, I gave you $1 million and I want you to publicize this, not because I'm so great, but because if you tell everyone I gave you $1 million, maybe other people will step forward and say, wow, like I didn't think he would do it, so I'll do that too.
Now, I know that many of you like to tease me about my perennial exhortations to concentrate on the left side of the card and to go one notch higher. Those are the bigger sums. Just let me tell you how much I and your temple appreciate you. There is no congregation in the Jewish world that has a philanthropic appeal such as this, and no congregation capable of responding the way you do. May the Holy One establish the work of your hands now and forever. God bless. We have naming opportunities for people. We have memorial tablets in our Fifth Avenue lobby for people who have passed away. We have a glass panel that's right there. Several kinds of naming opportunities. There are people's names.
Context is everything. And I always have said to everybody around, I know that everyone feels uncomfortable with plaquing and naming things and whatnot. But think about it less about the person's ego stroking in the here and now, and think about what those things say to generations that follow. You go to the synagogue in Rhode Island that is the oldest, and you see you see the Ladies Sewing Circle, which was the sisterhood, and what they gave. And yes, their names are up on a wall, and maybe it felt crass in their day, but look at the record that we have of what people stood up and did. I'd love to give examples. Say that you care deeply about books and learning, and you named a library, and your great-grandchildren one day walk and see that sign over that library. I mean, they then knew what great-grandma really cared about, and you can't, you can't replace that. That's really powerful.
Someone gave me money, and I said that I wasn't going to ask again for a while. And that was foolish. People who give, and give often. And so ask and ask again. They can always say no.